Be ready, 10 seconds to go. Start. I am very happy to welcome you to this festival whose foundations were laid last year. That was, as you will remember, the first occasion when students from many universities and from every corner of India were invited to participate in activities covering many aspects of their cultural needs. Today, I see almost twice the number of students participating in the festival. Last year, there were 700 students from 26 universities, but today the number is double and there are 1300 contestants. I do not know why a few universities have failed to participate, but I hope that when next year the festival is held, no university will be missing. When I spoke to you last year, I stressed the need of looking at the problem of students with sympathy. I had pointed out that even if occasionally there are manifestations of unrest among students, we should not adopt a negative attitude but offer positive and constructive suggestions for diverting the energies of youth into creative channels. This was the spirit in which the youth festival was organized, and in speaking to the youth, I had said, there has been much criticism in recent times of our present day youth. You will all agree that there have been instances of indiscipline and lack of ideals which are a cause for regret and shame. Steps must be taken to check these evils, but this cannot be done by mere commands or exhortations. We must find out the causes of such unrest and take steps to remove them. I am convinced that if the young are at times restless and turbulent, it is not due to any intrinsic defect in them. Their restlessness is largely due to the fact that they do not have enough channels for the expression of their youthful urges. The problem of discipline must be looked at from the point of view of proper utilization of the abundant energy of youth. If youthful urges and energy are canalized and fields are found which will utilize all their enthusiasm and devotion, there will be title occasion to impose restrictions from above. Discipline must be achieved by giving proper direction to the energy of the youth and not by suppression. I expressed these views last year and would do so again today. I am convinced that if we are to find a satisfactory solution of the problems, creative openings on an increasing scale must be offered to them, and we must treat their problems with sympathy and imagination. While I hold to these convictions as strongly as before, I feel that I would be failing in my duty if I do not draw your attention to another aspect of the situation. I must say with great regret that I have been shocked by certain manifestations of student activity during the last few months. They have been such that I have felt that my views on the problems should be expressed with even greater clarity and firmness. I confess with deep regret that the behavior of a section of the students has disappointed my hopes about them. What happened recently in Patna and Allahabad makes me ashamed. Demonstration of violence and lawlessness had been exhibited by a group of students, which I am sure you will all condemn. It is said that the incidents in Bihar were due to some general grievances of the people against the state government. Even if this is true, it does not offer any excuse for what the students did. I concede readily that people have a right to represent about their grievances, and if anything is wrong, it is the duty of the government to rectify it. Nothing can, however, justify the line of action adopted by some students in Patna. If there were the complaints of the general public, it was hardly proper for the students to make themselves their agents. If students had any special complaints, they should have placed these before their principal, and the principal, if he thought it necessary, could have referred them to the government. In no case had the students the right to take the law into their own hands and organize a campaign against the government. Their action led to general hooliganism and violence, a conduct totally unworthy of the students. Even if they had a just cause, they spoiled it by the mode of action they choose. In Allahabad, a group of students behaved in a most objectionable manner during the convocation. A committee was appointed to look into the affair, and some students were punished on the report of the committee. This led to a fresh outburst and the formation of an action committee, and hunger strike by a group of students. I should like all of you to think carefully what are the consequences of this type of activity. There seems to be a uniform pattern of action everywhere. There are a few complaints against the university authorities or the government. A demand is then made and opposition to the university or government built up an action committee is formed with the result. Stop.